What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, I need you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You already know, Reclaim Your Throne.
Beats.
So guys, I want to speak on this video because it's super important for men to know, especially when times are moving forward and the laws are changing, quite frankly. It's important for guys to understand and be able to move forward with these trends, because not only are we going to see differences in the way that males and females interact with each other on a regular basis, but also online. And we've been seeing these differences mature throughout the decades. So anyways, I want to speak on this bill that California just passed. California becomes the first state to outlaw non-consensual condo removal with the bill AB 453. So I have the bill pulled up right here on my phone, and I do want to read it for you guys to educate you on what risk you could be taking when you're interacting with these ladies on a dating standpoint, from a dating standpoint, or any other situation, right? All right. So, and I also want to highlight some of the nuances that probably aren't really highlighted in this bill. So here's a proposal, Assembly Bill number 453, Chapter 613. Let's get it. And some of the words I'm gonna have to bring in like different synonyms or something like that, code language, because YouTube is extremely sensitive. So this bill is AB 453, Christina Garcia, intercourse battery, non-consensual condo removal. Okay, existing law provides that a person commits a battery, and y'all know what type of battery we're talking about, who, among other things, acts with the intent to cause a harmful or offensive contact as denied with an intimate part as defined of another that directly or indirectly results in intercoursal offensive contact with that person. Okay, so that is pretty vague. I would say so myself, that's pretty vague, but the emphasis is indirectly results in intercourseally offensive contact with that person. All right, so it could be indirect. The way that they're wording this, it's very ambiguous. Okay, so that's why I want you guys to be very clear when you're dealing with these women, and make sure you have it outlined and documented when you're dealing with the. I'm telling you right now, y'all guys don't think I'm serious. Y'all say, oh man, girls aren't really gonna pull this crap. Like, girls aren't really gonna say, bro, yes they will. Yes they will. They will definitely use this bill because they're all championing on social media. I'm not saying that it's I'm not saying that it's wrong to propose a bill like this, but I need to get these men informed about how you need to be moving intercoursally with these young ladies nowadays, because the game is different and you can get yourself in a lot of trouble if you're moving reckless. All right, so the law makes a person who commits a intercoursal battery pursuant to those provisions liable for damages and equitable relief. So that means a payout. They're not talking criminally, right? They're talking about if you clap in the cheeks and the condo falls off or breaks or something like that. Not falls off, but y'all know how it breaks when you clap in the cheeks, especially if you're using them Trojan extra thins. Like, yo, when you clap in the cheeks and the condo breaks, that could be indirectly, you could be indirectly resulting in a intercoursally offensive contact with the young lady that you are laying down with. So I need you guys to understand the wording in this bill, okay? Because it's extremely important. This bill would additionally provide that a person commits a intercoursal battery who causes contact between a intercoursal organ from which a condo has been removed and the intimate part of another who did not verbally consent to the condo being removed. So removed is a strong word in my opinion, because what if the condo breaks? You know, they're not really specifying, you know, because that's what happens all the time. Like, you clap in the cheeks, the condo breaks, especially if you're going hard in the paint. And I know a lot of young ladies want it hard in the paint, all right? And you know, you got to make sure that you are dealing with a person who is sane, a person who is in their right mind. I don't advise you guys to be gassing with no chicks no more and then clapping the cheeks, or popping pills or perks or Xans or whatever. All right, because I know a lot of street dudes be doing that, you know, popping a Xan, popping a bean, whatever. All right, I don't advise you to do none of that. No alcohol, no nothing. She needs to be in her right mind, as if she was signing legal documents. All right. The bill would also specify that a person commits a intercourse battery who causes contact between an intimate part of the person and a intercourse organ or another, which the person removed a condo without verbal consent. All right, we read that part. All right, so here we go. A person commits a intercourse battery who does any of the following. Number one, acts with the intent to cause a harmful or offensive contact with an intimate part or of another, and a intercourseally offensive contact with that person directly or indirectly results. So the indirectly is the thing that's kind of throwing me off. Now, I understand directly, you do something with your organs that you're not supposed to, right? Absolutely. But the indirectly, what does that mean? Does that mean showing, or, you know, I'm a little thrown by that. Acts with the intent to cause a harmful or offensive contact with another by use of the person's intimate part, and an intercourseally offensive contact with that person directly or indirectly results. Honestly, that number two said the exact same thing as number one. But number three, acts to cause an imminent apprehension of the conduct described in paragraph 1 or 2, and an intercourseally offensive contact with that person directly or indirectly results. So this is extremely ambiguous, extremely vague, and extremely redundant. So much so that the third passage referred to the first and second passage to make the third rule. So that's how you know that it's extremely redundant. All right. Causes contact between an intercourseal organ from which a condo has been removed and the intimate part of another who did not verbally consent to the condo being removed. Okay, so we covered that as well. Number 5, causes contact between an intimate part of the person and an intercourseal organ of another from which the person removed a condo without verbal consent. Okay, 4 is literally 5, guys. Y'all, I mean, passage B of 5. A person who commits a intercourseal battery upon another is liable to that person for damages, including but not limited to general damages, special damages, and punitive damages. Okay, the court in an action pursuant to this section may award equitable relief, including but not limited to an injunction, costs, and any other relief the court deems proper. Okay, so if you are accused of being of basically going against this bill of the non-consensual condo removal, a woman could be liable, or you could be liable to paying damages to that woman, financial damages. And they also said, let me pay attention to this. They also said equitable relief. Now, usually when you speak about equity, you're speaking about home ownership, okay? So you may be liable to have to give your home up because you had violated this woman in that way. Now, am I saying that it's right to take off the condo without the shorty knowing? Absolutely not. That's not what we're saying here. What I'm saying is, in the event that an accident may occur, which this bill does not, and I know this is the first proposal of the bill, so there's probably going to be addendums and stuff like that, but this bill does not account for those nuances that these situations may occur. Okay, and if you're proven guilty of these things, which is he said, she said, you could be liable to pay equitable damages. All right, so those are things that you own. You may have to forfeit things that you own to the accuser, right, if you are found guilty of violating this bill. All right, the court in an action pursuant to this section may award equitable relief, including but not limited to an injunction, cost, and any other relief the court deems proper. For the purposes of this section, number one, intimate part means the intercorsal organ, the bottom, the groin, or buttocks of any person or of a female. Offensive contact means contact that offends a reasonable sense of personal dignity. Okay, so what is a reasonable sense of personal dignity? That's a violation of space, right? That's being in somebody's bubble, being in somebody's personal bubble. That could even include you brushing up against somebody at a bar. So this bar conduct, guys, when you're at a bar, hands in your pocket when you're moving around. Hands in your pocket when you're moving around. I'm at the bars all the time. Do you know how many times, like literally yesterday, I was walking down the street, a girl slapped me on the butt. Seriously. And the police were right there. They were right there. They saw the whole thing. I didn't do anything about it. Maybe I should have. She assaulted me. But the thing is, for a man, it doesn't mean anything. Okay? For a man to be assaulted, it doesn't mean anything. So when you're in the bars, hands in your pockets, okay? Hands in your pockets. You moving swift. You moving slim. You slide in between people because you don't want to touch or violate somebody's personal, reasonable sense of personal dignity, guys. I'm telling you right now, you got to be extremely careful. You got to be extremely careful. You have to watch what you're doing. You have to watch your movements. You have to be accountable for where your hands go, your feet go, your body parts go. Bro, boom, moving. Like you a Kappa, bro. You need to roll them shoulders and maneuver through the club. You don't want to touch nobody. The days of hugging and all that is dead. It's dead, okay? And this is in California, but I guarantee it's gonna roll across the states. So E, the rights and remedies provided in this section are in addition to any other rights and remedies provided by the law. So this law has been proposed because there's been a lot of talk about ghosting. And what is ghosting? Ghosting is basically when you do exactly what this law outlines. Well, not exactly, because the law doesn't really outline anything, but when you do, when you basically take off the condo without a woman's consent, right? And don't let her know. Now, there have been a lot of accusations online. I've went over some accusations that shorties have presented about other men on my other channel, and when they describe it, it's not what when they describe it, it doesn't really fit the brackets of what this law is trying to prevent, if you know what I mean. Because I did a video, and I'm not gonna mention her name on this one, but I did a video on a woman who was talking about how she had been ghosted, and she's in the Atlanta area. And what happened was I did this video on her. She basically said that the dude took the joint off. She saw it. She was good with it. She topped him up afterwards. She got the cheeks clapped. And then afterwards, she told her friend about it, and her friend told her, no, don't you know that's called ghosting? Don't you know? So the woman's friends can put the battery in their back. Their boyfriends can put the battery in their back, because if you're smashing a chick who got a boyfriend, a lot of times if she get caught, she gonna say you took it, especially if you a black man, okay? So you gotta make sure you are moving with the swiftness, guys. You got to make sure you're moving with the swiftness. Like I said, if you in the club, boom, hands in your pocket, moving like a Kappa, slim, moving them shoulders, all right? You don't want to get caught up on this bill. Trust me. You don't want to have to pay equitable damages. Trust me, you don't want to have to be liable for financial compensation. Trust me, you don't want to be brought up on a criminal charge for pulling the condo off. Trust me, guys, wrap up, okay? Make sure you get verbal and written consent, and you'll be good money. And I'm serious about written consent. I need you to have a a green or blue text message bubble, right? What is it? Yeah, the gray text message bubble, whatever. I need you to have that screenshotted with her name and her saying that she wants you to do this, that, and the third to her, okay? Because nowadays it is extremely dangerous as a man to be dealing with these women just off of strength of your game and word of mouth or anything. Oh, I finesse. A lot of dudes say I finessed the WAP. You gotta change that verbiage, bro. You gotta change that. Oh yeah, I took her out and then I finessed them. Like, okay. So I'm just trying to give tools to my guys out there who are out here dating. I want you guys to move proper, because if a woman does something to you, it's not gonna be taken serious. But if you do something to her, it's gonna be OV. Even when these shorties be begging dudes to take the condo off. Dude, I haven't been with a woman yet who, like, I always wear the condos, but the women always beg to take the condo off. They beg. Okay? So anyways, you already know what it is. It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne, man. Till next time.
Raspa Beats.